It's playoff time, and I'm so excited about it that I cannot stand it. Guys, so this is one of my first opinion videos, and I thought we're better to start than one of the things I'm most passionate about, which is definitely NBA basketball. I love the NBA. A great season. Last night I got to watch Golden State beat the record for wins in the regular season against the Memphis Grizzlies. Watched that game, and then also Kobe's last game. It's just been an awesome year in basketball. I don't really remember a year that I watched the last few games of the season because they normally just don't matter. But these games really mattered. Even some of the games in the East, because they're kind of been all over the place as far as standings and stuff. So the playoffs start very, very soon. So I decided today to go ahead and make my bracket. You know, I spent probably less time on this than I ever have a bracket, and I think there's definitely gonna be some upsets. But I'm gonna dive right into that, and I want to share my opinion on what I think about the NBA playoffs. Now, just a disclaimer, I'm not really a fan of any team. I love the Warriors and watching them play. I actually love watching San Antonio play, even though they've kind of got on my nerves because I used to be a Suns fan and Steve Nash guy, and the Spurs were kind of like rivals with us. But I love watching them play, so I'm kind of unbiased as far as like teams. If I have to watch a team and have to pull for a team, I just, call it bandwagon, call it what you want, but I love watching the Golden State Warriors play, and they're my favorite team right now. I will say this, I'm really excited to see how they do in the playoffs, since they didn't rest, and they pretty much just said, we're going to go for this record, and they're going to go right straight into the playoffs. I don't think it's going to hurt them too bad, but we'll see. So first off, and I'm just going to run through really quick each conference. And again, I want to hear your opinions on this as well. I'm going to share a link in the description so you can go and make your own bracket. I printed mine out and kind of sketched it all out, but I want to hear in the comments what you think about the playoffs this year. Okay, first round, you got Golden State against Houston. Okay, this to me is a no-brainer. Houston's lucky to, and I know they've been playing well over the last few games. Houston's lucky to even make it to the playoffs. I'm not so sure they deserve it. The way Golden State's been playing, they're going to demolish them. I think they're going to sweep them. They're basically beat them 3 times this year. Every time they've played them, they've just killed them. Even in Houston, they beat them by like 13 points. And so, I just think they're gonna have their way with them. I got Golden State advancing past the first round with a sweep, 4-0 against the Rockets. Then Clippers and the Trailblazers. And I just gotta say that I am so surprised that the Trailblazers made it this far into the playoffs. I'm shocked. I don't know how they did it. I thought they were gonna be one of the worst teams. I think they're not going to be easy to knock out. I see the Clippers definitely advancing. But with Blake Griffin just now starting to come back and get into the rhythm of things, it could kind of change how they've been playing lately. And so I've got them winning in 6, Clippers 4-2 in that series. But Trailblazers fight. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. You got the Spurs and the Grizzlies. The Spurs have beat the Grizzlies 4 times this year. The Grizzlies haven't beat them at all. The Grizzlies are banged up, but man, I'm so shocked. Again, it looks like the Trailblazers that the Grizzlies made the playoffs. And I'm telling you what, they're tough. They're always tough. They kind of are one of those teams that you don't really want to play, but the Spurs are ready. They're going to demolish them. I got them 4-0 sweep against the Grizzlies. And then you got OKC and the Mavericks, and I wanted to give the Mavericks a chance because I know JJ Barea has been playing his heart out, and he's representing for us short guys, and I just love him. But OKC is dialed in as well, and I don't see them kind of fading. I almost had them sweeping, but you know what? It's probably going to be, I'll give the Mavericks one game, 4-1 OKC advancing through the first round. Second round of the playoffs in the Western Conference, we got Golden State and the Clippers. Golden State are so tough. They're going to win every game at home for sure, no doubt. And with home court advantage throughout, they're just going to be really tough. And I mean, they only lost like 7 away games in the regular season. I don't think they're going to lose that many. And again, I'm not just hopping on the bandwagon. I just believe Golden State is really legit that good. And I may eat my words after the playoffs, but I really believe they are. I got them beating the Clippers 4-1. I don't think the Clippers are going to win, but one game, maybe in LA. And that'll be about it. And it may be, the Warriors have them on a 3-0, about to sweep them, and the Clippers fight and get a win or something. I don't know. But I see Golden State advancing to the Western Conference Finals, kind of as everybody, expected, beating the Clippers pretty easily. Then I have San Antonio and OKC. Everybody wants to see OKC and Golden State, or San Antonio and Golden State. I think this is going to be one of the greatest matchups of the playoffs. is OKC against San Antonio. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I think it's going to go 7 games. It really could go either way. I think San Antonio, as long as they stay healthy throughout the playoffs and stay rested and stay ready, I think they're going to fight and they're going to win this series barely. I think it's going to come down to San Antonio maybe getting an early win in OKC in the second game that they played with each other, and from there on out they just kind of close it out. And maybe it's not going to be easy, but I think San Antonio will get those games. I think San Antonio will win 4-3 against OKC. So then we have the Western Conference Finals. Now who's going to make it? Of course, I've got Golden State and San Antonio. Big surprise, I know. But now listen, the Eastern Conference is a little bit more, you can kind of throw around some names, but this is pretty much who everybody thinks is going to be in the Western Conference Finals, and I really agree. Golden State, San Antonio. This is my prediction. I think San Antonio is going to come out of a long series against OKC. They're going to barely make it out. They're going to be tired, and Golden State is going to be waiting and rested and ready to play San Antonio. I think San Antonio is going to come out, and they're going to, maybe Golden State barely wins the first game and may lose one game in San Antonio, maybe 2. But they're not going to lose at home. And so I'll say this. I got them 4-2 Golden State. I think San Antonio is only going to win 2 games. It goes 6. And Golden State makes their way back into the finals once again. Hey guys, that's part 1. I don't want to make this video too long. That's my Western Conference predictions. Who do you got coming out of the West? It's such a dominant conference. I mean, I feel like some of these 7th and 8th place teams could beat some of the best teams in the East. It's crazy. Who do you got coming out? Do you not like that the Clippers are going to get whooped by the Warriors? Do you not think that OKC and San Antonio is a good matchup? Maybe you got OKC going to the Western Conference Finals. I would rather see San Antonio if I'm going to State, but that's just me because Russell Westbrook terrifies me if I'm playing against him. Not going to lie, I have nightmares about him. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think. And hey, listen, at the end of the day, it's just my opinion.